What rules apply when rotating in the coordinate plane? Alright, so let's say this, that when a point is rotated, yeah, that's what it says. When a point is rotated 90, 180, or 270 degrees counterclockwise, bless you, in the coordinate plane, the following rules apply. Alright, so you're going to set up a table on your paper now. And the table is going to have a column for the rotation. And then it's going to have a column for the rule. And then it's going to have a column for what it means. So the first rotation that we're going to talk about is a 90-degree rotation. So if you're rotating something 90 degrees about the origin, okay, in the coordinate plane, the rule is for every xy value, you'll do the following. Okay, now in the what it means, what does that mean to you? Okay, given an x and a y, after the rotation, what happens to the values? Well, don't you multiply the y by -1 and then switch the values? Alright, so that's what it means. Multiply y by -1. And switch the values. So if you're given a point and it's at -2, -3, and you're going to rotate it 90 degrees counterclockwise about the origin, then your P prime is going to be located at 3, -2. Good. -180-degree rotation. The rule is for every xy, multiply both values by -1. Alright, so to rotate a point 180 degrees about the origin, you take the original xy values and you multiply them both by -1. So multiply both by -1. So if you're given a point and it's at 3, -7, after a 180-degree rotation, its coordinates are going to be -3, +7. And finally, a 270-degree rotation about the origin. You're going to take the x and y values of the pre-image, rotate the shape 270 degrees. Your y values will stay the same, and your x values will become, your x value will become your y, right? And your new y value will become the opposite of the original x. So what that means is you're going to multiply x by -1. And switch. Pretty straightforward. All right, I want you to think about this for a second. All these rules apply to counterclockwise rotations. Agreed? What if you were asked to rotate the shape clockwise 90 degrees?
You do the opposite.
Clockwise 90 degrees. Would you do the opposite of the...
You go by -x and then y.
You do nothing. You do the same thing.
I'm just throwing it out there. What would you do? Okay? All the rules are based on counterclockwise rotations. Now all of a sudden they give you a clockwise rotation. What do? I think about it this way. If I've got, and don't write this down, just kind of watch. All right, if you got a shape over here somewhere, rotating it 90 around the origin, wouldn't it put it over here? Isn't that a 90 rotation? And isn't that a 180? And this is a 270. Well, what if they asked you to rotate it clockwise 90? It's the same rule as the counter 270, isn't it? Okay, can you picture that in your head? That if I have a shape and they're telling me, they're giving me a rule to rotate it, they're asking me to rotate it 90 clockwise. Well, 90 clockwise, that's the same as 270 counterclockwise. It's the same rule, isn't it? Okay? Being asked to rotate it 180 clockwise or 180 counterclockwise, does that... No difference, is there? Okay? 270 clockwise is the same as 90 counterclockwise. All right? So the rules are all given for counterclockwise rotations, but they can be adjusted or applied to clockwise rotations. Clear? Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
I thought you would think that. All right, so let's practice one here, because this is fun. You guys watch Big Bang Theory?
Yeah.
You ever seen Sheldon's Fun with Flags?
Yeah.
Dr. Sheldon Cooper? We'll call this Fun with Triangles. With Coach Robert Holzenbach. Be a new show. fun with triangles. I just call myself Dr. Holsomback. I don't know. Nobody knows the difference, do they? I got a degree. Right down here in the drawer.
Can we see it?
Yeah, I got to finish teaching first. And I'll show it to you.
Alright, I'll show.
All right, let's try this. Let's rotate. P, which is at 1, 1. Q, 4, 5. And R, 5, 1. Rotate it. Let's go 270 degrees. About the origin. All right, write the coordinates of the image after the rotation. So that's what we're going to be doing here. So when you get these problems today, here's how I want you to set it up. Okay? You're just going to make a table. You're going to write down the rotation, which is 270 degrees. Then you're going to write down the rule. What was the rule for a 270 degree rotation? For every xy,
Y
what was the rule again?
negative x.
Y negative x. Okay, so y negative x. All right? So, if we're given a point and it's at 1, 1, then our P prime is going to be located at 1, negative 1. Point Q is located at 4, 5. So Q prime would be located at 5, negative 4. Point R is at 5, 1. So R prime is going to be at 1, negative 5. Okay? Any questions?